quite sure by now a lot of you have probably gotten the email from YouTube that, especially if you did have a channel that was monetized and your channel does not meet their new eligibility requirements that they're coming up with starting February 20th, then you most definitely got an email. If you're probably haven't gotten to that level yet and you were trying to get your 10,000 views before you become monetized, well, you can just give up on all that. YouTube has dealt the small to medium, even medium large contributors a devastating blow. They basically set it to where you now have to have 1,000 subscribers, which in itself is hard for a lot of us to get, but we could get it over a period of time. But the other piece that they've done is they've made it to where you have to have 4,000 hours of view time, what they call view time, in the past 12 months. Well, that's 240,000 minutes of view time in the past 12 months. If you break that down into a monthly average, that's about 20,000 minutes of view time, or about 333 hours. Now, because they say in the past 12 months, this leads me to believe that they're going to review that every month. They're going to look at your channel every month, and if you have a month, if you're sitting right at that 240,000 minutes in the past 12 months, if you're sitting right around that deal and you have an off month, and so now they calculate back and, you only got 230 minutes view time in the last 12 months, technically you become ineligible again until you get it back up. That's the way I understand it, the way I read it. Whether that's really the way it's going to be, I don't know. But regardless, it sucks. Their new ruling, I don't care what they put out there, if they put out any information explaining why they did it, their new ruling is for one and one reason only, and that's money for them in their pocket. That's it, period. Okay? The new requirements are geared primarily for channels that are putting out viral videos that are just these bullshit videos, and you get billions of people to watch. Most of those channels don't have any really valid content. They don't have any content that helps people. Okay, they're more entertainment. In other words, you're watching it for entertainment, like these what a teenagers really or what a kids really think about Led Zeppelin, and stuff like that, and people doing the most fails into something, or trying, they have no educational content. Like a lot of us that, at least that I'm speaking to, we're making content not only because we like what we do and we like the things that we do in our life and we want to share those with everybody, but not in every video, but in a lot of the videos we try to pass on some knowledge that we found out. Maybe something that we learned, and hopefully that will help somebody. And by token, we hopefully get some conversations going, and we learn things coming back. So that's really what it's about. Unfortunately, those type of videos, those type of channels, it's very hard. It's very hard to pull off this new rule for eligibility. Getting a little tongue-tied there. But it's a little hard to pull that off. And it's, on top of that, it's even harder to maintain it. Well, I'm looking at one of these guys out here, Buffalo, something, let me see what it is over here, Buffalo, excuse me, sorry about that, the Bison Workshop, and I'm listening to this guy talk about what he feels about the new, and I'm in the exact same position. I mean, this guy over here at Bison Workshop, he depends on getting that little piddly piece of money that he gets from YouTube, and you know, to kind of make ends meet, to kind of pay for this little thing over here and stuff like that. You know, I'm in the same boat. I mean, I'm retired. I'm living on Social Security. You know, so any little bitty thing that I can do to try to generate a little bit of extra revenue is essential to me. And, you know, I mean, but, you know, of course YouTube doesn't care about that. Were this any other platform, if it was somewhere else, we would have a legal standing. In other words, you take like anybody in the Actors Guild and whatever else, I mean, they get royalties off of stuff, even commercials and whatever else that are out there and stuff like that. Artists, they draw something, they own the copyright forever. You can't do that. It doesn't make a difference. Could we go to our senators and congressmen and all that good stuff, get them to argue about it and end up winning? Yeah, maybe down the road, but in the meantime, YouTube would destroy us all. And so, I mean, we're little ants down here that can stomp on us. In the meantime, even though we're not going to be allowed to generate revenue off of our content that we put up there, our hard work, our intellectual property, and that's what you need to understand. You create a video, it's your intellectual property, and under the law, it belongs to you forever. You own the copyright to it. YouTube has written in their stuff, no, that's not the case. We can't fight that. Okay, we're too small. We can't fight that. But it's our little content, our educational content, our how to do this content. This is what draws the bulk of the people to YouTube. Yeah, people go over and watch these little funny videos. They go do that. But if that's all that was on YouTube, they wouldn't hardly have anybody. If they looked at the numbers, if they really looked at the numbers and said, let's look at it as a whole, which categories draw the traffic to YouTube, they would find out the very people that they are now stepping on and taking away we're the people, we're the videos, we're the channels that bring the people to YouTube. Not the funny little videos, not the political derogatory videos, not the big TV stars putting out their opinion on something. It's us. We're the ones that bring it there, and we're the ones that are getting treated like dirt with this new deal. Now, YouTube may see this video and decide they don't want me on there anymore. I don't know. At this point, I really don't care. I'll go find somewhere else to put videos up. But that's really not the point. So, you know, hopefully, you know, there's some things going on with Dave Knows How, is trying to help people, trying to put together, I'm going to say, a movement called Pay It Forward, to kind of have all of us smaller channels start helping each other to get those subscriber counts up, to get those views up, or those watch time amounts up. And you know, I really want to thank Dave for that. In his efforts to do that. Is a good idea. But you know, there's other ways to make money off your videos on YouTube. Probably until they get wise and then put it into it. Another way is to become an Amazon affiliate or a Walmart affiliate. And then talk about something in your videos and put a link in the comments to that item that takes it people to the area to where they can purchase it. Now, I do that, just started doing that on some, and I ain't really earned that much, but I've actually earned more off of doing that in one video than I've earned off of another YouTube channel I've had that's had monetization for 6 years. In that whole 6 years. And it's been below the threshold, so I never got paid for it. Okay, from YouTube. But I've earned more this other way in that. The thing that you need to understand is you put the link in there and you ask people to, you know, buy it off the link. They're going to pay the same for it whether they went straight there and bought it or however else they got there. The only difference is if they click on your link in your video in comments, then you get credit for it. So that's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to tell you that's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to suggest that everybody else out there do that. Go to Amazon, sign up for an associate account, and then when you're talking about stuff, I don't care if you bought it somewhere else. Amazon, 99% of the time, they're going to have what you just bought, even if you bought it at the local tractor supply down the road. They're going to have it. Put a link to it in there. You go to your Amazon associate account and search it up, and then grab a link and they got an option where you can get the short URL. Get that, put it in the comments below. Get people to start doing it on there. You're going to get credit for it if somebody clicks on that link and goes there and buys it. You'll even get credit if they go there and buy that, and they go down there and they say, oh, we suggest you buy all this stuff that goes along with it too, and they do that. You know. Now, will this outperform some of these guys that are monetizing on YouTube that are getting all this money coming in? No, it won't. But for us little guys, it's another way to still make money off of videos while YouTube is trying to basically screw us over, in my opinion. So, you know, the other thing that when I say it's YouTube, it's all about the money to them. It's like right now, in 6 years, my other channel, which has to do with some software that I write, and I just had some videos out there that I threw as money. But in that 6 years that site's been up, I've earned like $2.40 revenue off of it and stuff. So that's a little bit. But we have other people out there that maybe earn more, and they're not up to that threshold to get paid. YouTube cuts everybody off at February 20th. And let's say there's people out there that's got $2, $5, $10, $80, whatever it is, and you're below that threshold point of YouTube having to send you some money. They get to keep that money. So, February 20th is probably a several $100 million a day, $100 million payday for YouTube of money they no longer have to put it out there. They just cut it off, they've stuck it over here, and maybe they might have to give it to you down the road if you ever meet that thing again. I don't know if they'll hold on to the records of it or not, but I'm telling you, February 20th is a multi-million-dollar payday for YouTube, because they no longer have to pay. All of us small guys out there have money sitting in that earned amount. It's like, hey, you know, I owe you this money, but, you know, too bad, you're not going to get it. So anyway, I think I've rambled on here a lot. Go to Dave's Knows How, and I'm going to put a link in the comments below about a deal that he's put on. It's called a Pay It Forward, and I'm going to put a link in that, and you go there and watch his video. I've been watching Dave off and on for quite a long time, and I've subscribed to him. Actually, officially subscribed to him maybe about a week or so ago, and I put him as a suggested link in my site and stuff like that before I actually even knew what was going on with all this, with what Dave was trying to do. But you go there and watch the video, and I'm going to tell you one thing about Dave. Dave is a down-to-earth guy. I mean, you can tell. I've never met him personally, but I can tell by the way the guy acts, the way the guy talks, and his concern for other people. Can't beat it, man. Top-notch dude, if you ask me. So thank you, Dave. Whether or not you actually help me out, you get me over that threshold on my little channel. I got things like 34 subscribers now. It's taken a year to get to that. Whether or not you help me, it's besides the point. I'm going to follow your lead. I'm going to do what you asked us to do. That's what I'm going to do. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But like I said, you know, these little cameras, I use them. I had two. They're the Eye on the Game cameras. I had two of them. Talked about them in one of my videos. Found out Amazon had them from a supplier on there that had these cameras for $24.99 right now. This is an expensive little camera, And so I put a link in there, you know, my deal and some and stuff. So I'm hoping people will end up buying off that. I may even put a link in this video down here. So you want to help me out, go buy one of these little cameras. I'm going to put a link to the lock and loop thing that I put, that I did a video on. And those will go through, and I'll get credit for you purchasing them if you purchase those items over there on Amazon. You're going to pay the same for it whether or not I get credit for it or not. So, you know, I mean, if you want to help me out, that's fine, do it. If you don't want to help me out, then that's okay, and I understand that too. But I'm just saying, there's other ways to make money off your YouTube videos. And we're going to look those out too. So I'm going to look at other ways to monetize your videos without having to use YouTube as your sole deal. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to try to put that with what Dave's doing and everything else. And we're going to see if this group of small, medium, whatever channel owners can help each other to where we can get a little bit of that side money that a lot of us so desperately need. You know, I'm trying to save up to buy a dang box blade for my tractor. And so, I mean, every little penny helps. You know, if you're one of those wealthy people that you're not worried about money, you don't understand. But if you're like most of us, especially if you're retired or self-employed, small self-employed, you totally understand. Well, anyway, I want to thank all of y'all for watching. I want to thank everybody that has watched my videos on my little YouTube channel, and the ones that have subscribed, the people that have commented. There's another guy out there I want to put a shout out to, and that's Mike over at Louisiana Hydroponics. He's a great guy. He's got a Macy. You know, I'm a Mahindra guy, but he's got a Macy. He's a great guy, you know, and so I want to shout out to him too. Thank you.